Hey guys, it's Laurel. Today is Monday, September 18th, and this is FLOSSTUBE number 24, I think. It's a little bit later in the day, it's after work. I did not get to film a video this weekend. We had a lot of stuff going on. Had a cookout for my husband's work, and that took a lot of Saturday, and just had some other stuff going on, and we've just run. So hopefully this will be the last video that is through the week, and I can get back on my every other Saturday rotation. So just a fair warning before we start, I have two dogs at the door whining because they want to come in my room, and I have a little baby underneath y'all right now just looking at me, so she might want to make an appearance. She tends to like to get up in my lap when I'm in the sewing room because she knows I'm doing something that's taking attention away from her. So welcome back, or welcome to my channel, depending on which one applies to you. I'm glad you stopped by. I just wanted to check in before the weekend, just to not miss any more time. My last video was kind of on an off day. This one's on an off day, and then hopefully I can get back, like I said, to my Saturday. So I'm already telling there's a crazy glare on my glasses, so I'll go ahead and do the general. I'm so sorry about that, but I know y'all don't care. So I've been a little bit all over the place it's not quite been 2 weeks since I talked to y'all, but I have been a little bit scattered and all over the place and just touching all the things and wanting to do all the things and new plans and new ideas, and my mind is going 100,000 miles an hour, and I love it. I love every bit of it. So I was so excited in the last video that I forgot to show you my haul. And then I got some more in the mail today. So I got a little bit of haul to show you. I have a lot of projects that I've worked on. I do not have any finishes, but I do have a plan. I'll move my piece of paper. I do have a plan for new starts that I want to talk about here in a little bit. So I'm just going to jump in, and just real fast, if you're new, I will do cross stitch in the beginning of my video, and I will do quilting towards the end. I have just a teeny tiny little bit of quilting. It's not a lot today. Okay, so what have I been working on? First, I want to show you my very unimpressive progress on my focus piece. And you would think that with a focus piece, I would be focusing on that, but I'm not really, but it's okay. And a forest grew by Rosewood Manor. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'll try to get a little bit closer so you can see it. Every time I get this out, I'm super excited about it, and then I work on it, and I'm like, oh, it's killing me, and I don't know why. So I had done kind of down this side when you saw it last. I'd done this tree, and my plan was to work over because I wanted to get to this middle section. So prepare to be very underwhelmed with what I have accomplished. I got it out a couple nights while we were watching TV. It is on 16 count Ada. And there's my first little bit of the light going in and out, and I apologize. I promise I will get back to Saturday mornings, even if I have to skip one just so the light will be better. But I did 2 trees, 2 birds, and a tree trunk. So I did this tree, 2 birds, a tree trunk. But you know, I had said in the last video, I'm not going to stress myself out about it because every little bit of progress that you do is going to get you a little bit further. So, and I do need to come down here and fill this space because that's bothering me a little bit. But see, so when it's done, it's just going to be so pretty. Everybody that I see working on this is just, oh, it just turns out so pretty. So this will obviously not be a finish this year, but I'm okay with this one being on my whip list. And I'm sorry if you hear the puppies crying. They're just a little bit sad and jealous, but it's okay. They're fine. The next piece I worked on is the Scarlet House, Try to Mark Well. And I said in the last several videos probably, I just love this. Love it, love it. From the minute it was released, I knew I would be stitching it. So I've been working on this one. I've actually been taking this one to work and stitching it during my lunch hour. Sorry, my computer's doing something crazy. Let me get this off my screen. Okay. I've been stitching on it during my lunch hour. It's the room that I stitch in at lunch, I've said before, has got pretty good lighting. So I've been able to take this. I have taken my magnifiers with me. But just between the lighting and the magnifiers, I'm fine to work on this at work. And this is on a 32 count Heritage by Picture This Plus. It's a Lugana. I showed the floss in the last video, so I'm not going to show it in this one. But I did get both sides of the tomato done, and I started on that middle section. So I'm pleased with that progress. And I'd intended on just doing the outline of these and saving it and doing like a fill-in if there was another, a Zoom call I could get in on, or me and Pam are going to try to get together. Hey, Pam. And do a little FaceTime stitching. But then I got excited and I filled them in. So, but that's okay because I have this that will be some fill-in. Sorry, I'm so like puppies underfoot. I'm not used to that. And my husband is stopping to get us dinner. So I'm going to try to not be rushed and crazy. But I'm one of those people that I have a hard time filming when somebody's in the house. I don't know why. My husband's like, you do a video to put out into the internet world so that people will watch you. But then you don't want us to watch you. I said, yes, that's absolutely great. So this is Wildflowers by Kathy Barrick. This was my New Year's start. I, again, am starting with my 2023 pieces, I am trying to get where my pieces do not have birthdays. So in order for that to happen, I will need to have this one finished by January 1st, which I think is obtainable. It's just September, but new bright shiny things do grab my attention. But I did do quite a bit of work on this one. It may not look like a lot, but I promise it is a lot of stitching that I put in here. This is on a piece of 28 count Murky Lugana. Sorry for the pause. So what I have done is basically, I think this flower was in and I came over and filled in some of these leaves and flowers. So you can tell there's a lot of cross stitch coloring. I don't know if that's a proper term, but I think you'll know what I mean by that. But there's a fair bit of that so that once I get the skeleton in, it should just be mindless stitching of this. So I'm very happy about the progress on this one. And I am really, really, really enjoying stitching on it. I have yet to pick this piece up that I have not just really enjoyed my time stitching. Sometimes you feel like you're putting stitches in just to be putting stitches in, just to get to a certain point or a good stopping point or good progress. I have not felt like that at all with this one because it's just so much fun to stitch. Her charting is very good and it's so much fun. And then I did work just a little bit more on my Back to School piece that Lauren, the New Hampshire Stitcher, is hosting. I had taught before. My original plan was to do all of this green border and then come in and do a flower motif, a flower motif, flower motif. So it's kind of still my plan. I do have a ways to go still on the border, but I did make some progress. I know it's real exciting just to see a green vine, but I'm almost down to the bottom corner on that side, and I did actually go ahead and order, I think I have 2 colors for the flowers. I need to get a little bit of color on this just to make sure. I mean, the green shows up fine, but I just need a little bit of confirmation for my own well-being that everything's going to show good on this. So I think if the flowers show good, I mean, the rest will just fall into place. So, and I'm really enjoying stitching on this. It is a 36 count vintage country mocha linen. And I like it. It's very nice and smooth and easy to work on. I am using my spring hoop. And if you are a stitcher that uses a spring hoop, I just have a really cheap one that I picked up at like Joann's or Michael's or something. But I was stitching on Jane Thompson, and I should have brought it in here, but my spring hoop, the edge where you squeeze it to like condense the circle, it has a little rough spot on it, and it pulled my linen a couple times on my Jane Thompson, and I was able to pull it back through and fix it, but I don't want to do that entire piece worrying about my spring hoop. So I'm just curious if y'all are stitchers who use those. Is there a particular brand that you use, and where did you get it? I've tried the other hoops in the past, like the wooden ones where you like tighten it up, but I just really, really, really like the spring hoop a lot. It's very easy for me to pop in and pop out, and it holds it really well, and I don't feel like I have to keep retightening it. So just if you use one, I would love to know your opinion on the one that you have. That's where I was going. Okay, so the next piece, I have worked on it since the last time I showed it to you, but I haven't actually worked on it over the last 2 weeks. Again, talking about the birthdays and my plans of stuff that I want to do. The next piece that I have started this year that I will need to finish after Wildflowers, if I'm continuing down this path, is a piece that I started in March. It's giant. It's Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I am enjoying working on this. If you will remember, I did make a mistake fairly early on, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do about it, but I have decided that I'm just going to try to fudge it and move forward. And then if it doesn't work, I can go back, and the way I'm going to fix it, I could easily go back and just take out and redo it, and not be any more work than what it would be if I did it right now, if that makes sense. So I'm stitching this on a piece of 32 count. I may not tell you a story. I'm pretty sure it's platinum. I'm pretty sure I took the sticker off, so I don't know. Let's see if I put it in here. I probably shouldn't have done a video today. I'm probably a little too unorganized, but sometimes if you just wait till you're ready for stuff, you never get to do it, you know? So, all right, I'm going to say, if it's wrong, I will make a correction in the next video. But 32 count platinum Lugano. So this is how far I am. So since I saw you last, I think I did either something over here and this flower, and I started right here. So the mistake that I made, if you're new or if you don't remember, is this leaf should have been extended one more stitch. So I based these words off that leaf, and then I based these words off these words. So the words really need to come over just one stitch. So it's not a lot, but it bothered me because it's so early in the stitch. So I'm going to finish the T on let, and then I'm going to add the extra stitch between let and between your, and just see how that looks. And then if it looks terrible, I'll just come over here, and this is what I would have to tear out, which would be what I'd have to tear out right now if I backed up and started. So we'll just see. So this is big. She's a big girl. So if I want to finish this by March, I can't wait till I'm done with Wildflowers. I need to be working on this weekly to make that goal. I'm not confident that I'll make that goal, but goals are just that. They're goals. They are not deadlines. So it's a goal, and if I make it, great. And if I don't, it's not the end of the world. Because after this one, that gets me through everything else that I started from March to May is already completed. Maybe not fully FFO'd, but the stitching is completed. So all I would have from March, sometime in March, I don't remember exactly when it was in March, through May to finish. And it's like a couple small Brenda Gervais that are close to being done. I would say over half. And then a bigger one. So I feel pretty good about that. But I just wanted to show it to you because then I feel like if I show it to you and I say I'm going to do something, I'm more apt to stick to it than if I didn't show you. Okay. So now I want to show you my haul and then talk about plans. And then I will go on to quilting. So, this is a long stack. I'm going to move it. All right, so I want to show you first. I feel like something's... Oh, never mind. Could y'all come over and hold my hand when I do my videos and straighten me up and tell me that I need to get my act together? So, I have 2 pieces of cross-stitch haul that I should have shown in the last video, but I didn't because I was so excited to do my video, and I was very rambly, as I am in every video, but I was a little extra excited last time. If you watch the video, you know why. Okay, so I had ordered, 1 2 3 Stitch. I order a lot of stuff from them. There were some Brenda Gervais pieces that I wanted that were listed on 1 2 3 Stitch, but they were out of stock. So I hit the little buttons to notify when they were back in stock, and I didn't hear anything, and I didn't hear anything, and I kept going there and rechecking because I wasn't sure if I had just missed the notification because, sometimes that happens. But they never did show up. So since I had already ordered a couple things from her website directly, I knew, everything came good, in good shape. The packaging was fine, shipping was good. So I just went ahead and ordered them off her site. So this is collection 1 and 2, and I won't try to say what that is across the top, but you can see. So these are teeny tiny little stitches. Is that not darling? So this, I feel 100% certain Laura DeWitt has done that. Look at the little diagonal stitching. And that is just, I'm pretty sure it's just regular cross stitches. But these are so tiny and little, and I thought, that would be something that you could do that's just very pretty, that wouldn't take very long. So these are, well, I thought I was gonna tell you what the sizes are, but I don't see it right there. So I don't want to open up the chart or anything, but that is collection 1. So then when I saw collection 1, of course there's a collection 2. And if there are more of these that I don't know about, y'all let me know. But these are the only 2 I could find. And these are from 2017. Just a little berry ball. And I want you to look at the grass right there under Adam and Eve. I love that. So I hope you can see. I hope it's not blurry. I love these, and they're little, so they will fit in with my plans that I'm about to go over and show you in a minute. Let me just slide these back in real fast. I just want to see. We have that little app where we can stalk each other and we know where all of our family is. So I can see. Okay, my husband's still working. He hasn't left yet. So we can chat some more. Would that be fun? I have to tell you that I am so far behind on my FLOSSTUBE. I don't know how y'all are, but everybody's putting out the best videos. And it is just, I want to watch everybody and everything every second of the day. So I had started watching Karen, the Recovering Monogamous Stitcher, the video she does with her daughter. If y'all haven't watched that, you need to go back and watch it. I need to go back and finish it because I didn't get to the part where she's talking about the red and white quilt behind her, which is amazing. Side note. Okay, so that was the cross stitch haul I should have shown you in the last video. And then today, I got a package. So I had said in the last video that I had a chart ordered and the floss and everything that was coming in, and it came today. So this is what I ordered. JBW Designs. A Joyful Purpose. So Pam had told me a while back, she said, you really need to do a JBW design. You're going to love it. Well, I happened to just run across, I guess I did know she did FLOSSTUBEs, but I just haven't watched one, and it popped up in my feed. Oh, the puppy wants to come up, if y'all want to see the puppy. If she makes up a nasty noise, she just does that. She's not really mad at me. Come here. Come here. I know, right? So, this is Piper. This is my daughter's baby that loves me, and my daughter took her away when she moved away. So Piper lives with Courtney, but she still comes to see her grandma sometimes. And she likes to sit in my lap and make coffee. She's percolating. She's percolating right now, and she's making coffee. She's actually just mad because her two big sisters are at the door, and she doesn't like them at all. She does not. So this should be very interesting to try to do this with a puppy in my lap. But anyway, I had watched Judy's video. She was talking about her new releases, and she had shown this one, which is from 2023. And when she showed it, I was like, oh my goodness, that is beautiful. Now, I'm not currently doing a red sampler of any kind, so this one really caught my eye because even though it's done with pinks, and I got the flosses, I got the DMC, which is that all it calls for? But I got the DMC, and I got the called for fabric, which is 36 count Winter Moon. But when she showed hers, I was like, that is so pretty. It kind of reads as red from far back. And I've told you before, I'm not a pink girl, but I love this chart and what it has on it. I just think it's beautiful. So also in the mail, I got, that's the color I got for my, Consider the Lilies. And I got an Oscar because I told you every time I place an order, I get Oscar. And then there's some terracotta that is the other color in one of the flowers. So I should have some flowers done to show you in the next video. So I don't know if y'all can see. I'm going to try to move the camera down. This is what happens. This is how I get sewing done. If I come in here and I start quilting, like machine piecing, I don't know what it is. We had a dog before that just loved to come in and just sit under the sewing machine. They just like the hum of the sewing machine. So Piper really likes to be in here with me. Now I got my camera messed up. I'm sorry. Okay. So, I also, and I meant to pull this chart out and I didn't, so I apologize. I will show it to you in the next video, the chart. But I did get a piece of 36 count Bramble by Picture This Plus to do my birthday start, which will be in November. And the piece that I am doing for my birthday start is Quaker's Hometown by a name that I cannot say. I bought the chart at Colorado Cross Stitcher from Sherry. I think that her and maybe the Attic are the only places that I have seen within the states that carry that chart. So I was excited when I saw that she had it, so I ordered it from her. It calls for DMC. The chart itself looks like it's green and red, but I think it's actually like a charcoal color and red. So I will have my floss pulled for that, and I will show it to you in the next video along with the copy of the chart. I'm sorry, I thought I had that together, but I did not. All right, and then the last thing I want to talk about before plans for cross stitch is something I spoke about in the last video. I had said that there was a chart that I had ordered, and I didn't know why I had ordered it. And then, again, Laura Duet showed this, not in this past video, but the video before that her and Brenda did. It's a Scarlet House chart, which obviously, if you watch me for a little bit, I have a little obsession with Scarlet House. I mean, she hasn't taken a restraining order out on me or anything. I just really, really love her charts, like her new releases, and I could just ramble on about that forever. But the chart is Mary Miller, 1842. So I just wanted to show it to you because I was talking about it, not describing it very well. This, I'm going to go ahead and start collecting the floss for this. It is a mix of Classic Color Works, General Arts, and Weeks Dye Works. But if you have not, for any reason, if you have not watched Brenda and the Serial Starter, not the one they did today, but the last video, she shows her progress on this, and it's just stunning. This is such a pretty sampler, and she did such a good job. So this will be one of the next ones that I get up. So I just want to talk a little bit about plans. So I want to continue on with the rotation of what I have working on. I, of course, want to get some more done on my focus whip because that's just a pitiful progress to be a focus piece. I will also continue on Consider the Lilies. I hope to get some more work done on Jane Thompson, another Scarlet House, because it's beautiful. And then in the last video, I spoke about trying to come up with a rotation where I can incorporate some of my stash charts along with still doing some of the new releases. So I've come up with a weird little system that makes sense in my head, but it may work and it might not. So what I'm going to do is just when I feel like I need a new start, which I have been doing on Monday. So I think every time Monday rolls around, when I get home from work, I'll see if I'm in the mood for a new start. If I am, I'll start something new. If I'm not, I'll just work on what I've been working on. It's fine. So I could start something every week. I might not start anything, but every 6 weeks, it just depends on what I'm in the mood for. So I was kind of back and forth about, should I rotate just stash charts and new releases, or should I do a big chart, a small chart, a big chart, a small chart, just to keep something finished along with a bigger piece to work on? And this is what I've come up with. If I rotate, and this could be super silly, so if it is, just don't pay attention to me. But if I rotate and I do small, small, large, small, small, large, small, small, large, because obviously you will get more small projects done than large, and I don't want to have a gazillion giant ones, even though I love them. I would like to see some finishes between, so I need some small ones. So if I do that, 2 smalls for every large that I start, and then I rotate over here between stash, new, stash, new, stash, new. If I do it that way, every other large piece is stash, and every other large piece is new. So that is what I hope to use as some kind of start rotation, if that makes any kind of comprehensive sense at all whatsoever. But that's kind of what I want to do, because I do love, love, love the new releases. I do have Dwelling Place in my shopping cart now at 123 Stitch, along with all the threads, because that's the next big one I want to start. But I still have dozens upon dozens that I have ordered that I want to start that are already in my stash. So that's my plan. We'll see how it works. I might come back in 2 weeks and go, I didn't do any of that I said I was going to do. So we'll just have to kind of see. So if you're only here for the stitching, that's all I have stitching wise. But as always, I do encourage you to stay for the quilting portion, because you never know if it's something that might strike your fancy. So I want to start with haul, because that's how I normally start my quilting portion. I have this panel that I bought many videos ago. I don't think I showed it because I had it in my stack of, I have like a little place where I put my new stuff so I can be sure and show it before I put it away. And it was still there. I had bought it originally thinking I would use it as a label for my niece's quilt, but I didn't. The colors were off because I used like a white and this has a cream. But this is a cute little panel. That has, so I have 4 on that side. Oop. You getting down? What are you doing? And it has 4 on this side. So I don't know if I'll cut these up and just make a little wall hanging or something, or if I'll make pillows, or I thought, you know, if you just did something little, maybe made a pillow or something, that would make really good Christmas presents, maybe for my church people. I don't know, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But this I got from Fat Quarter Shop, and it is, hold on, I'll tell you. It's a Moda Deb Strain Happiness Blooms. You can see that. I thought that was really cute. I really like that. I want to, oh, and I got one other thing, but I want to show it later in the video because it'll make more sense with that little section. And probably like another 15 minutes tops, I promise, and I'll be done. So, if you, I did finish my niece's quilt. It is finished. It is gifted. I do not have, well, I have a picture, but I'm not really, I haven't been to that portion of editing school on YouTube. So I don't really know. I mean, I could put it in right in the middle, but I don't know how to do that neat little box that everybody does. So that's for later down the line. We'll see. But if you're interested in seeing the quilt, it is a quilt that is out of this book, Simply Half Yards by Fat Quarter Shop. This is the quilt, and her version is done in blues and greens. And it is, I do have a picture two pictures of it posted on my Instagram, which is I am a quilt nerd. I have 2 Instagrams. I will list them down below so you can see them, but this is on my quilting Instagram. And this book is really full of some nice stuff. Fat Quarter Shop did a whole trunk show of it back when they were promoting the book. And they have since published a jelly roll one, and I'm going to show you that here in just a little bit. I do have, but again, that is where the picture of the quilt is. It's gifted, so I can't really say, okay, here's your wedding quilt, but if you could just let me hold on to it because I want to show it in my video, she would look at me like I had 4 heads. So I'll just have to share it through Instagram. The next thing I worked on was my Barn Star sampler. I am doing this in red, white, and blues. I got 2 blocks done that I've shown you before, and then this next block that I'm working on, I just randomly picked another block to work on. There are actually 3 of them that you're supposed to do. I have 2 of them done and the 3rd one cut out. But these are my 2 blocks. I love it. They're so cute. So the blue fabric has little flags on it. And then that middle piece has like what looks like little hand-drawn stars. I'm almost done. The babies are crying. They're crying. So I do want to keep working on that in the next couple weeks going forward because I'm super behind. And Quilt Camp is coming in November. And if you're new, I'll talk about that, a little bit closer to the time. But if you've been with me, Quilt Camp, I got big plans. I always got big plans for Quilt Camp. So I got to get some of this stuff busted out. So the last piece of haul that I have to show is what I was just talking about. The Simply Jelly Rolls book by It's So Emma. I love pre-cuts. And I would say probably jelly rolls and layer cakes are my favorite pre-cut. Probably jelly rolls are it's the first pre-cut that I fell in love with. So I really, really, really like them. Now, this past weekend, I think Saturday was National Jelly Roll Day. It was something that was started by Moda, if I'm not mistaken, and if I'm wrong, I apologize. But every year, they have a National Jelly Roll Day, and they want you to sew on your jelly rolls. Saturday was not a day that I could get any sewing done. I just had too much going on. And last year, I didn't actually start my jelly roll quilt until like 2 weeks after Jelly Roll Day. But I did do one, and it is quilted. Still not bound, but it is quilted. So I am going to do another one this year. I have plans. I really like all the quilts in this book. And I have this crazy idea that I might actually go through and try to make them all. We'll see how that works out. Because over here on my shelves, I have a ridiculous amount of jelly rolls that I have purchased over the years. They're not going anywhere, so I might as well put them into a quilt. Somebody had said that, there's not really any difference from having your stash items sitting around or putting them into something beautiful that you can enjoy. So, sorry, the big dogs are in the hallway wrestling, and one of them thinks she's a bear. So sometimes she tries to talk like a bear, but she's just a dog. But anyway, so I thought, I might as well just pull some of my jelly rolls down and just see what I can knock out. So I will keep you updated if that becomes a thing or not. But, oh, they're so pretty. And if you want to see all of them, Fat Quarter Shop also has a video where they do a trunk show, and it's pretty recent back, and they do kind of a flip through of the book and everything to show you the details on that. So I have two options for what I want to do for Jelly Roll Day. Now, before I show you those, I'm sorry, I promise you I'm going to do better about shaking the camera, but I just don't have enough space. I have to use my ironing board as a place to sit you and a place for all my stuff. But I can't talk about Jelly Roll Day without talking about this book. I'm sure that I have talked about it before on here, but this is the absolute best jelly roll book I have ever owned. It is D&C, David and Charles, I guess is the publisher. I don't know if you can still get it. I would assume that you can, but it is, I have done multiple quilts out of this book. This blue and white one that I showed not too long ago that I did for my husband, it is in this book. And I have done this front one. I've done this quilt, and I think maybe 3 other ones out of this book. But this is a great book. If you're looking for a good jelly roll book, this is a really, really good one. Okay, so these are my options for my jelly roll quilt. So if you want to vote, I mean, I'm not like, giving away prizes or anything for it, but if you want to vote and give me your opinion, I would love, love, love to have it. So the first one is a jelly roll from Riley Blake Designs. And it's an older one. It's Blush by Jen Allison for my Mind's Eye. Sorry, the puppy's trying to jump down. She's widow. There she goes. Sometimes she needs a little help. So this one is like, so it starts with this navy, and it has like pinks and creams in it. I don't know how long I've owned this jelly roll, but it's been a hot minute. Now here comes one of the huskies. Oh my goodness. Oh, here comes both the huskies. Now both the huskies are in my sewing room where they're not allowed to be. They busted in. Hello, baby. Okay, I don't know if I can get them in the frame or not. Let's just see. Girls, look. Hey, hello. Say hello to all my friends. Okay, this is the most not put together video that ever was. So that quilt, I had planned to do one out of this book. Layer Cake, Jelly Roll, and Charm Quilts, which are all pre-cuts, and I love them all. That tickles. She's sniffing my leg. So I had my husband pick out a pattern. This is the one that he picked out. I want to put something over this directions. I'm sorry. This is the one he picked out. And the white piece that we have picked out is a grunge. We haven't picked out this middle piece, but I would do it like in a navy because of the navy in here. So that's option 1, and that is blush. So if blush would be your vote, please put blush down in the bottom if you care to vote. If you don't, it's okay. But when I was looking for this one, I was like, I need to see, because I had visualized, I could remember what it looked like, but I wasn't sure which book it. It's the dogs. I am so sorry for the quality of this video. I cannot even tell you. Hold on just a second. Come on, girls. Come on. Come on. Go, go, go. Go, go. Okay. I apologize profusely. Please don't unsubscribe because pups. I do love them, but they just love to be the center of attention. Always, always, always. So, where I was going was, as I was flipping through this book, looking for these, I came across this. And that's the little dog screaming at the big dogs, if you just heard that. Look at this. Oh, okay, you know how I feel about hexagons. If you don't, let me just tell you, I love hexagons. Is that not beautiful? So I went up to my shelf over here of jelly rolls and I said, what jelly roll do I have that would look good in? Well, fall's approaching. I would like to do a fall quilt. I'm kind of in that mode. A lot of the Flosstubers that I watch that are also quilters are very into like Civil War prints, and they refer to it like dark and dirty kind of prints and more prim. And I love all that. There is no type of fabric that I do not love. I love batiks. I've started to collect some Civil War that I am obsessed with right now. If you are a Civil War lover, you should watch So Tattered and you should watch Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. They have a lot in common and they are doing a lot of things together, I think, and are in a lot of communication, and they have some really beautiful stuff. But there was a group of people, I think they were in it, I don't know who else, but they all had the same like fat quarter bundle or something of I think it was more of a Civil War type or Joe Morton-ish kind of look or whatever. But anyway, it just screamed fall is what it did. So I was like, let me just see if I have a jelly roll that's fall. Well, I do, and it's not that same, it's not primitive or anything, but it is let me see who this is by. It's All Hallows Eve. It's a Moda print by Fig Tree. And this was the rage probably a couple years ago, maybe. I have it in a jelly roll, a layer cake. I don't know if it came in a Jolly Bar or not, but I have this in multiple cuts, maybe some charm squares or something. But this I thought would be beautiful in this hexagon. So tell me what you think, because I want to get started maybe next weekend. I like to have something off one of them to show you. So do you think I should do All Hallows Eve, the fall? And I will say, I need to look. I don't think this is like, even though it's called All Hallows Eve, I don't think it has Halloween stuff in it, if that makes sense. I don't decorate Halloween because I love fall so much that I'm just fall through that whole season. I don't care about decorating for Halloween. So if it has any, spooky kind of prints, which I don't think it does, I'll just replace them with something else. And then the other one is the blush. So let me know what you think, because I like to hear what my friends say, and y'all are my friends, and I appreciate you, any input that you could put in for that. So that's all I have for the quilting portion. I know this video is a hot mess, but it's okay because I like to watch the hot mess videos. So maybe some of y'all will find some entertainment in the rambling of my dogs and my personality that was happening this evening. I should be back in 2 weeks on a weekend, better lighting, better dog sitters, a little bit better situation, and not be so scattered and everywhere. So until then, I hope that you have a great couple weeks. You get lots of things accomplished. If you are stitching or quilting anything that I am, I would love for you to use the hashtag Stitching with the Nerd, just so I can keep up with you, see how you're doing, and get some inspiration from what you're working on. If you are not a quilter, I would love to know if it's something you'd be interested in. I would love to share my love of quilting with a new quilter and share the little bit that I know about it. If you are not a subscriber, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. You don't have to. I don't know if you subscribe or not. I don't know you, but like I said, I do feel like we're all friends. If you don't feel like subscribing, if you're not one that likes to have a big list of subscriptions to keep up with, that's fine. It doesn't cost you anything to do it. If you want to just subscribe just to keep me saved, in case you may want to watch me again, just subscribe and don't hit the notification bell, and then you won't get blown up every time I post a video. I was going to say something else, but it just left me, so I guess it wasn't that important, or it was a lie one. I don't know. That's what my grandma used to say. If you forgot what it was probably a lie. So anyway, I will see y'all back in a couple weeks. Hope again that you get lots of stitching and everything done, and let me know what you think about which quilt it should be. Okay, bye guys.